Are you working on training your service dog in public? If so, you'll want to keep watching because I'm taking you along some real training sessions in stores with me so you can see what training in public actually looks like, not just the polished version. Just so you know, I'm including clips of sloppy training moments too, and how I problem solved my way through them as well. Before diving in, though, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa. I'm a certified professional dog trainer and an Atlas Assistance Dogs certified trainer, and I help people with disabilities self train their service dogs using positive reinforcement. And if you're just getting started or maybe just feeling stuck, I also have a free public access checklist that walks you through what skills your dog needs to succeed in public. You can download it using the link in the description below. As far as the logistics, like what store you should pick and when you're even ready to start training in stores, if you're not sure, you'll want to watch the video up above in the cards called Public Access Training Step by Step, and I've linked to it in the description below as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. So Deary already has her harness on, and so the first thing I work on when arriving somewhere is a stay at the car door. And she should be staying until the release word is given, which you see mine is okay. For some dogs who really struggle, I work on cracking the door open just a little bit first, and then giving them a treat for staying, but they can't physically get out because I'm just cracking the door open. And then I slowly work up to like half of the way open, 3/4 of the way open, etc. Here, Deary immediately starts wandering off. She should be focused on me, so I work on up and down pattern game. But here you can see she's even struggling with that. She's kind of looking off in the distance, tail is down. I just stand there, wait for her to look at me so I can capture some focus. So I'm switching from doing the up and down pattern game to just trying to capture some focus. If you're not sure what up and down pattern game is, it's from Leslie McDevitt's Controlled Unleashed. But I also talk a lot about these focus games in my online focus training course. If I'm waiting for a long time and I feel like it's not improving, I'll kind of switch up my strategy. So I'm trying to do loose leash walking while I capture some of her check-ins with me. And you can see as we keep walking, the check-ins get more frequent, but you'll notice she'll start to veer off right here. So I adjust myself and I use these cars as a barrier so that she cannot veer off and she can stay focused on me. In hindsight, I honestly wasn't in the best headspace because I was kind of in a rush, which is why I don't recommend doing public access training when you are in a rush. But I'm going to show you a better example of what I should have done here in a moment. But I just want to show you sometimes when you're crossing the street, there's a car, obviously I'm just going to let her kind of pull a little bit just because I don't want us to get hit by the car. But as soon as we cross, I should have stopped right here because you can see as I continue walking, it's only getting worse and worse, and her heel is falling apart more and more, and she's just less and less focused. And so, like I said, I'm going to show you a better example of what I should have done to set her up for success. Before that, though, I just want to mention that how you enter the building is going to determine how she's going to be in the building. So you don't really want to enter the building with this tight leash like this because I was hoping that maybe she would get better because once again, I was in a rush, which is why I don't recommend, training while you're in a rush. But you could see she's like super distracted here. She's sniffing. She's not acting like a service dog at all, but we are at a Sierra, which is dog friendly. So it's not as big of a deal. However, I am inadvertently reinforcing some of this pulling behavior while her vest is on, which I don't want to do. Here's a better example of when I was not in a hurry, where I am warming up outside of the mall. Here I'm working on away and back pattern game at first to get her focus, but this person shows up that she's a little bit distracted by, so I switch to look at that pattern game. You may also know this as like engage, disengage pattern game, but the key here is resisting trying to continue walking or trying to get past the distraction. I want to make sure that she is not bothered by some of these people walking and other distractions before we go into the store. So now I'm switching to away and back pattern game. And then I start doing some loose leash walking slash heel, whatever you want to call it. And the key with loose leash walking is I'm not just moving really fast. I'm trying to walk really slow to make sure that she's actually staying focused on me. And you can see she's a little bit unfocused. So I'm just going to continue working, and I stop. I see a guy coming and I know she's going to be distracted. And before walking again, I just want to make sure I have her focus. And so I work on direction changes as well, because you could see she's not staying focused enough to notice those direction changes. So these are kind of some of the tests I do before walking into a store to ensure I have her focus. I also want to mention, when you're just starting out, practicing just outside the building and in the parking lot can be very powerful without even going into the store. Now let's fast forward several months to outside of Costco. So this is us outside of Costco, and you could see that was really loud. And so I immediately click and treat, because I could tell she was nervous, her ears pinned back, and I just want to make sure she has a good association with weird sounds, and that we continue making it so she can stay focused even with those weird sounds. Now here you can see Deary is a bit older than in the original video, but also this environment is much harder. This is right outside of Costco, and so I'm doing up and down, away and back, ping pong pattern game, just to help desensitize her before we go in, especially because Costco is not dog friendly and it's a little bit more strict. So there's a little bit more pressure on me to make sure that she is also going to be well behaved. So I just want to make sure that she is focused. All right, so this is part 1. Next week, I'm going to go over more of walking inside the store, getting your dog's focus in store, and how to regain your dog's focus if maybe there was an issue, let's say some distracting thing happens in the store and you need to get your dog's focus back. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And let me know in the comments if you like this type of format and seeing kind of me training, quote unquote, out in the wild, doing service dog training and public access training. And make sure to get that public access training checklist if you're currently public access training your service dog in training. All right, I will see you in the next video. Like I said, the next video is going to be all about working on training inside the building. Okay, bye.